few weeks ago, I showed you how we could use 3D printing to make our own mold boxes that we could then pour silicone into. Then we could use those silicone molds for things like melting down 3D prints to create some crazy cool looking casts. Or you could just use those to actually run off and cast things with resin. However, what we're gonna be doing today is looking at how we can make 3D printable squishy toys by using 3D printable mold boxes again, but directly pouring silicone in the mold boxes to create these squishy toys. And thankfully, Inspire3D over on their Patreon has created 4 different mold boxes that you can run off and 3D print and just pour silicone or options for flexible materials directly into these mold boxes after printed. So I went off and 3D printed these on my Elegoo Neptune 3 Pro, and they were printed with this red filament PLA at 0.12 layer height with ironing enabled to help try and hide as many of those layer lines as possible. And what's really cool about these mold boxes that Inspire3D created is that there's actually a little trench or a mountain, I'm not sure what it's called there, that's lifted up on the edges that connect these two. So they intersect and lock together. Then I'm gonna just use some rubber bands to secure these in place so that we can start pouring some silicone into these to make our squishy figures. But I figured I'd start off with these squishies that Inspire3D was showing off on their Patreon that you can actually find over at your Walmart. This is where I picked these up. And one is a kit that includes an actual mold box, so a plastic mold box, the material to actually mix together along with some color filling there, and it'll allow you to create your own little figure. And they have these cool little plastic mold boxes for the little figures, the little mystery figures there. And I actually ended up using these with my kids as a little trial run to see how well this would work, and they look so good, and they only take about an hour to cure. So definitely gonna be trying these out, but it is a little bit on the expensive side compared to the amount of material that you're gonna receive. And they end up having these refill packs that I also picked up. That is probably gonna be the best option if you're wanting to do this route, basically, if you wanna find something locally to you. All right, so my Squishies kit came with this little pink residue there, this little mixture that I can add in. So what I'm gonna do is squeeze in one of the A and B packets together, mix that up, and then pour in the pink because we're gonna be making a squishy Kirby. Again, I'm trying to do a high pour here so that any sort of air bubbles will automatically be popped out as we're filling this little figurine up. And hopefully, these are pretty small molds from Inspire3D, so hopefully these little solution packs from Elmers, one container option is enough to fill up the entire. That is just enough. So for this next one, I'm gonna end up using the same amazing mold maker that I found over at Joann Fabrics that I think was like 14 bucks, 12 bucks, 14 bucks, which is probably gonna be a really good option. And we're gonna be using a Mario mushroom for this. The problem with the amazing mold maker is that your only option here is red. So there's not many tinting options that you can go with for this because it's already pre-tinted. Now I also found 2 other cheap-ish options that are 15A platinum silicone, I believe, so it should be pretty elastic. And this is BBDINO is the one option, and the other is NIUB, which either of which I've never used before, so I figured let's mix them up and see how these fare. First up is the NIUB, and again, just eyeballing this, which is probably the best thing in the world for you to do. Let's also, completely mess this up by adding, this came with the Elmers, it's like a little glittery purple, so I'm gonna mix a little bit in here. I also have a little bit left over, so here's one of my old logo molds that I had, a silicone mold from the last. See how it goes. Okay, I didn't know that I was gonna be orange. So that's good to know. So this will be a fun one. Let's attempt the squid hole here. This is gonna be impossible. Oh, I've got it. Now that we've got our 3D printed mold boxes filled with silicone, we just need to let these sit overnight and fully cure. The Elmer's secret solution option there that I ended up using for Kirby says it's only gonna take 1 hour to fully cure. However, I'm going out to dinner with my wife, so I'm gonna check on these in the morning and see how they all turned out. And in the meantime, I want to say a big thank you to Elegoo for sponsoring today's video. They are the makers of the Elegoo Neptune 3 Pro that I printed all of our mold boxes in. Also, if you're interested in some larger 3D printers, they now have the Elegoo Neptune 3 Plus, and they also have the massively large Elegoo Neptune 3 Max that I've just recently shown off here on the channel. They also make some absolutely amazing resin 3D printers like the Elegoo Mars 3 and the Saturn 2. If you're interested in more information about any of Elegoo's products, you can find links to those down below. So it's been about 24 hours, and it looks like for the most part, all of our molds have pretty much cured. Some of them are still sort of tacky, but I think they're at a place where we can start getting these demolded and checking them out. For this first one, let's go with the Elmers here. This is the Elmers glue mix, and it should be, this is again the one that should have only taken about an hour to fully cure. I probably should have used some mold release. There we go, it's coming, it's coming. Oh my goodness, that is the perfect pink for Kirby. Oh, this looks so good. I am so impressed with how this turned out. If I look really closely on the back as well, I can actually see some of the layer line buildup there. Even though I used the ironing setting and a 0.12 layer height, you can still see that slight 3D printed imprint there. There is a little bit of flashing here that I'm gonna have to clean up with a utility knife or something like a X-Acto knife to clean up, but overall this just looks incredible. And pretty squishy as well. It still kind of feels a little tacky. Maybe there's just a little bit of residue here that'll dry up over the next day or so, but this is a really cool little squish figure here. The next one we're gonna do here is the amazing mold maker. This is the one that you can find over at Joann Fabrics. Again, oh, there we go. Wow, it popped right out. Again, a little bit of flashing, and this one's much stiffer. It's still squishy. It's still squishy, but much stiffer here in this very solid upper area. The smaller lower area is definitely a little bit more flexible there. So if you're planning on using this with maybe a thicker model, keep that in mind, that it's gonna still be, it's still flexible, but it's just, it's a hard squish. Now, this is the NIUB. It feels extremely squishy. However, it still feels like it hasn't fully cured. Maybe it has, it's just extremely sticky. I mean, extremely sticky here. So I think I'm gonna let this one sit. It's the same one here as my logo file. This is the excess that I just poured into this. So I'm gonna let these two sit for maybe another 24 hours and come back in and check on these before trying to demold them yet. And here's the BBDINO Silicone. Again, this one seems like it's fully cured. Oh man, that is nice. Again, you don't have any color options with this. It's just an orange silicone mixture. And I can't tell if it's now my fingers are feeling a little bit tacky from the other molds or not, but this one is definitely a good bit squishier than the amazing mold maker here. So there's a lot more squish with this orange one than I'm seeing with the red one here. This is the the squid is the it's like all the silicone seeped out from the edges. I forgot to use rubber bands on this one, so it kind of leaked out. Oh, there we go. Ooh, that's interesting. That's I think the back. A lot of flashing around the edges of this one here. Again, just with a little bit of an X-Acto knife, I can go through and clean this up, or I can just, like you're seeing here, just kind of pull at it and rip it off. I'm probably just gonna go through with an X-Acto knife to clean it up, but looks fairly good here. One feedback note that I sent to Inspire 3D is to make this hole larger on the model file. So if you decide to print one of these, you'll have a larger hole to pour the silicone through. But yeah, this is, again, pretty squishy. It's not nearly as squishy as the Elmers. The Elmers is still the squishiest out of the mix so far. We'll have to wait and see in the next day or so to see how the NIUB turns out. So it's been a full 48 hours with our NIUB silicone here. So let's see if we can get these demolded. it's really still pretty tacky and really sticky, especially when I try and press my finger. But let's try and get the mold boxes off and see how they look. Okay, all right, well, this actually came off, and inside, surprisingly, the inside isn't as sticky as the top surface. For whatever reason, the very top of the silicone squishy is just super sticky. However, this is just a really super squishy little guy here. So it's kind of impressive to see how squishy this is, but just very tacky. And again, this took about 48 hours for it to almost fully cure here. Probably gonna need another at least 24 hours. Oh my gosh, this is mush, absolutely mush. It's totally ruined this silicone mold of mine. It's just completely not cured whatsoever inside of this. It is just a huge mess, an absolute huge mess. Also, 24 hours ago, I re-poured another one of the molds with nothing in it, just the pure mixture of the silicone there from NIUB, and it's still completely liquid here. And this is properly measured out. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be a no-go here. Just for fun, I also ended up mixing in some of the pink Elmers there into a few of the other mold boxes with some more of the NIUB. I don't know why I kept testing this one out, but let's see how this one goes. This has been curing for almost the full 48 hours as well. So it's still, I mean, it's not fully cured, and oh my gosh, that's just completely ruined those mold boxes there. Ugh, this silicone is a waste, an absolute waste. Oh, this one's not too bad. Ugh, it's very slimy, very sticky. At least this one's somewhat solidified though. Now this has been a really fun and squishy project here, trying to find a good silicone option and testing out the ability to actually create these squishy toys from 3D printed molds. And I'm happy to say that the molds from Inspire 3D worked amazing for the most part. The biggest issue that I ran into was with this NIUB silicone here. I would definitely say avoid this. Should have looked at the reviews on Amazon, because a bunch of people basically state the same thing, that it takes like 5 days for these to fully cure. BBDINO also produces some really nice squishable prints here. Unfortunately, the biggest problem is that you're only gonna be stuck with orange. I'm not sure if they have a translucent option or a white option that you can further tint, but that might be something that you could look into over on Amazon. The big winner to me is still the Elmers Squishies. This is kind of on the expensive side. This refill pack that comes with, I think, 5 refill options here, which is basically enough for me to make 5 of these little squishmalls, was 18 bucks in itself. So kind of expensive, but still a good bit cheaper than what we'd see for something like Smooth-On's Dragon Skin, which I think is probably the primary thing that most people would choose to use for this, but it's $50 for those containers, and I just did not want to spend that kind of money to make some little squish toys here when I knew I wasn't going to end up using the full container of the silicone. I also want to take a minute to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters for your continued support. If you're interested in things like my Elegoo Neptune 3 Pro slicer profiles, you can find those over in my Patreon, along with my Resin 3D printer profiles. And one thing that I'm really excited to try out that I didn't do in this video, just because I know it's not gonna pour very well based on all of the videos that I've seen on YouTube about this, is making your own DIY silicone using some silicone caulk and cornstarch, along with something like mineral spirits or baby oil. Definitely will be playing around with that, making some of my own molds from different 3D printed things here in the future. So you'll have something forward to look forward to when I actually end up doing that little experiment there. But I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody for watching today's video. If you have tips or suggestions on making silicone squishy 3D prints, let me know down in the comments, because I'm interested in trying out some more methods on how this could be achieved. Hey, thanks again for watching, all, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.